Good afternoon and welcome to another segment of the Story Behind the Songs. I'm Pastor Debbie Upton, the pastor of Center and Saguache United Methodist Churches. And thank you for joining me today on this Veterans Day. And for all our veterans, thank you for your service. Our hymn of focus this week is Forward Through the Ages in the United Methodist Hymn Book, hymn 555. It was written by Frederick Hosmer. Forward through the ages in unbroken line, move the faithful spirits at the call divine. Gifts in differing measure, hearts in one accord, manifold the service, one the sure reward. It's difficult to sing this hymn to the St. Gertrude tune without thinking of the text that's mostly associated with it, and that's Onward, Christian Soldiers. But by using these new texts, we're able to see the words of a very progressive and very influential hymn that was written back in 1908. Dr. Michael Hahn, who is the professor of sacred music at the Perkins School of Theology, wrote this article for the United Discipleship website, where Onward Christian Soldiers promotes an aggressive, triumphant faith. Forward Through the Ages is, according to the hymnal editor, Reverend Carlton Young, a turn of the century, forward-looking social gospel hymn. Dr. Young notes that the use of St. Gertrude for this text reflects the Hymnal Revisions Committee intention for the tune to be sung to a less controversial text of Onward Christian Soldiers. Frederick Lucian Hosmer, born in 1840 and died in 1929, was a Harvard-trained Unitarian minister. He was known for his interest in hymns and worship, and he served the congregations in Massachusetts, Illinois, Missouri, and California. The Thought of God in Hymns and Poems, 1918, contains 50 of his hymns. The last 20 years of Hosmer's life were the most powerful and known to us as the originals. Though he displayed an aptitude for poetry at a very young age, most of Hosmer's hymns weren't written until he turned 40. Dr. Young notes that this hymn's Unitarian theology is optimistic. Wider grows the kingdom, vague, shining goal, without Christology. Hymnologist William J. Reynolds noted that the poet wrote the hymn in 1908 for the installation of a minister for the First Unitarian Church of Berkeley, California. Stanza 1 establishes the apostolic succession of faithful spirits who move forward through the ages in unbroken line. The faithful are responding to the call divine, though they are in one accord, and faithful have gifts of differing measures. And stanza 2 introduces a wider growing kingdom. In this kingdom we must labor for the reign of love and light. This kingdom has a heritage based on the witnesses, the prophets who have proclaimed it, and the martyrs who have testified. Poets have sung, heroes have died. This litany of those who have preceded us in this classic hymn pattern to establish the authority and the heritage before us. The third stanza continues with the triumphant language with the key words of conquer, and in the third stanza we finally encounter the deity, bound for God's far purpose. The faith move onward to the shining gold. The social gospel hymn was a product of the turn of the 20th century theology, expressed optimism and an evolving perfection of humanity. Walter Rosenbusch solidified the social gospel in his volume, Christianity and Social Crisis. Dr. Young notes that by the 1930s, this social gospel hymn had become a marching song of liberal Protestants in the United States. Though vaguer in its goals, Forward Through the Ages bears the unmistakable imprint of years of this movement. His optimism and progressive hope for an ever-evolving humanity places Hosmer alongside other hymnists, including Congregational Washington Gladden in O Master, Let Me Walk With Thee, Methodist Frank Mason North, Where the Cross Is Crowded Ways of Life, and Episcopalian Walter Russell Bowie, O Holy City, Scene of John. Let us look at this first stanza and sing Forward Through the Ages to this wonderful tune. Forward through the ages in unbroken line, move the faithful spirits at the call divine, gifts in differing hearts of one accord, manifold the service, one the sure reward. Forward through the ages in unbroken line, move the faithful spirits at the call divine. This will be one of our hymns this Sunday as we continue our sermon series, The Politics of Compassion and Common Ground. I hope you can join us either on Facebook or Zoom or in person for that sermon this Sunday at 8:30 and also at 10:30. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope this song gives you encouragement that these words of hope and these words of future, even in times when it was written in darkness, seem to fit for today. And may we cling to the fact that others have gone before us in faith, and we will truly, truly be martyrs in faith as well as we go forward in our lives as God's faithful vessels, pouring out God's love through Jesus Christ to the world. Have a great day. Thank you.